Hi Paul, I would like to ask you a question. We are going through unexpected this Covid-19 crisis with a lot of challenges and so on. I would like to ask you a question. During this time, how is your prayer life? Is it your prayer life is strengthening you, or what are your attitude towards your God and so on? Would you please tell?
Well, I think I'm still very joyful, and I think my regular routine has not changed that much. Every morning I do get up and follow a specific routine, and helping to stream Mass every day. Obviously, I'm very involved with receiving communion and being in the presence of the Lord, which in the past has definitely made me feel like I'm definitely changing by doing that.
Of course. When you see the churches are closed and people are not, the faithful are not able to receive the sacraments, what do you think about the present situations?
Well, I think first off for myself, I am very humbled by being able to be in the presence of the Mass and the sacraments. And I think it's very hard. But I heard a radio talk show host say that, we have taken the Mass and the Eucharist for granted for so long. And, what we need to do is really think about what we should be doing at every Mass. And that's literally putting ourselves on the altar and offering ourselves to God in any way that we possibly can. So I think if we think in that direction and think about receiving Jesus himself, that we would all be much better off.
Well, looking at the present situations, millions of people are affected. Do you think it is a punishment from God?
I've thought about that a lot, and I don't know if it is. I don't think it could be a chastisement as much, but as I've kind of thought about it and listened to others, it's really maybe it's just we're doing things that are kind of against nature. If you decide to take birth control pills, what's the full gamut of what happens there? Even as far as estrogen is being pumped into the sewage system, so it's eventually ending up in our rivers and having other effects on people. But just everything, people just decide that I'm a man and I want to be a woman, or I'm a woman and want to be man. Just any way that we want to change things. And I think nature's taking its course, and it's the way that nature would work, and we need to realize that and get back to the way we really should be.
Last question. What is the best lesson you have learned during this pandemic?
Wow, that's a tough one. I think that we don't realize how interdependent we are on everybody else. How much we touch other people. It's at times, you see other people on a regular basis, and we've kind of lost that touch. Although that we can speak and see them, that's not necessarily what we need. We need to actually be able to reach out and touch everyone, and we really can't do that, and we probably won't be able to do that when we get back to what would be so-called normal, because it won't be the same as it was in the past.
Thank you, Paul. God bless you.
Thank you, Father.